And we're back with you now on WZBN News. This is Mercer County Close-Up. The Mercer Regional Chamber of Commerce recently came out with their third quarter economic outlook bulletin. Now, it's of great help to business owners and, of course, business aficionados in our area to plan for the quarters and, months and years ahead. However, things are reported to be good, not quite great. Given the economy, there are a lot of challenges right now that in better times we might not have. But joining us to talk about these things and break down a few of the numbers and discuss the bulletin in a nutshell is the Mercer Regional Chamber of Commerce's president himself, Mr. Bob Prunetti. Bob, thank you again.
Nice to be with you, Mike. Good to be here again.
Yeah, well, the outlook is, like we say, it's fair, it's good, but folks like yourself think it could be better. But kind of tell me about the bulletin in a nutshell and what does look good.
Well, the bulletin is a piece that we started putting out. I guess the first one we put out was for the first half of this year. Second quarter. And the idea behind this piece is to be able to provide a snapshot of our economic condition here in central New Jersey as it compares to the rest of the state, as it compares to the nation. The thing that's unique about this report, as far as we know, is it does focus on central New Jersey, and that's more than just Mercer County. So we have in our data statistics from Middlesex County, Monmouth County, Burlington County, the counties that surround Mercer, we define as central New Jersey. So it goes up as high as, but not including New Brunswick, down to about Mount Laurel, over to about Freehold. So it encompasses a great area. And central New Jersey is fast becoming sort of a focal point for economic activity, but we lack an identity. You talk about North Jersey, South Jersey, you never talk about Central Jersey, but it's starting to happen. So this helps us to sort of identify and quantify what's happening here in our central New Jersey region.
Right. You mentioned, North versus South.
Right.
I know a lot of people in North Jersey who know that I live, just outside Trenton. They ask me, so how are things in South Jersey? I correct them. No, we're central. But one perk of the bulletin, back to it, the national statewide unemployment rates as well as the regional ones for central New Jersey. Now, nationally, that's 9.1%. Statewide, the unemployment figure is a little bit higher at 9.2%. But in central Jersey, you folks are doing better than both those figures.
Yes.
It's, I think, 8.6, 8.7. Tell me about that. That's a great point.
In most categories, central New Jersey is actually leading the state.
Great.
And that doesn't surprise me a whole heck of a lot because the industries that are coming out of the recession in better condition many of those are located here in central New Jersey. So it doesn't surprise me, but that's, I think, part of the beauty of the report, that we can compare it to the rest of the state and see what's happening. But yes, that rate is better here in central New Jersey. It's probably, even in the state and in the nation, a little bit better than this report talks about because, of course, this report is taking data from the end of the third quarter. Right. And as we've seen more recently on monthly figures, the unemployment figures are a little bit better than they were at the end of the third quarter. So, but yes, we are leading the rest of the state.
People were hoping at the beginning of 2011 this would finally be the year we start to see some slight recovery as far as jobs being added, things picking up. And there has been, but, of course, like we say, it could be better, and hopefully 2012 brings us more of that. Employee compensation, I know, was another big aspect of the report. Now, statewide, it's about $56,000 is the average, compensation. We're a little bit under that here in the central part of the state, $55,000, but it's really nothing to be concerned about.
Not at all. I think that, again, that doesn't surprise me at all. We have some of the areas up closer to New York City and Bergen County where incomes are very, very high. And I think that skews it just a little bit. So nothing to be concerned about. Certainly we're right in there, right in the pack. And as you said, the personal income has risen a little bit, probably a point in each of the last two quarters. Not great, but again, moving in the right direction.
Certainly. And of course, to take baby steps like that, that will eventually lead to, the bigger and brighter future that we're hoping for.
I think there's no question about it. New Jersey added about 45,000 private sector jobs. Now, that was tempered somewhat with a lot of the downsizing in local government, and that happened in 2011. So the growth, the job growth is not what you would expect it to be. Also, there's a basic, and I tell people this all the time, we came out of this recession and there were numerous causes for that. We can debate that all day. But what is not to be mistaken is that we came out of this recession in sort of a transition. And that is our economy is a transitioning. When you look at what's happening worldwide, we truly have become a global economy. if not because of the financial structures themselves around the world, but because of the fact that, you can talk to somebody in Southeast Asia, just as well as you can talk to me here immediately. And that makes a big difference. And that makes that competition, global competition, much more intense. And so our entire economy is going to go through a transition. Some of the jobs that were there before the recession will not be there after.
Yeah. You talk about the globe and the economy and whatnot. Consumer spending and confidence is another focal point people take a look at when they measure these things. Now, in your expert opinion, how would you characterize consumer spending and confidence on the central New Jersey level?
Well, it's up. Again, trending in the right direction. Again, not as fast as we would like it to be. And I'm sure if you talk to a number of retail businesses, they would tell you, look, business is not very good right now. However, consumers are beginning to spend on durable goods, automobiles, large appliances, things like that. And that usually leads the way. And so if we continue along that pace, I think we can expect in 2012, a continuance of that, and then a more robust pace of consumer spending.
Right. And about the bulletin, I mean, one thing it also does, I kind of wanted to wrap up with this, it enables business owners and others to make better decisions looking ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It allows them, again, to see the statistics for their area, to see what trends are going on, and it also allows them to see what's happening in employment and consumer spending, so they can make decisions about their inventories, about their own capital expansions, about buying equipment, hiring people. Very big number. So I think hopefully this provides some additional information for business people in this area to make sound decisions.
Great. All right. Well, as always, we thank you for your expertise on this, and
have
a very happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you.
I'm sure. Sir. Bob Prunetti, the president of the Mercer Regional Chamber of Commerce. A lot of what happens in a recession is fixable by you, the consumers. So in 2012, if you're able to make a New Year's resolution to get out and spend some more, but not so much so that it breaks the bank, that is an ingredient of turning a recession around into recovery, and hopefully we see that in 2012. Both locally and nationally. I'm Mark Fontes. Thanks so much for joining us on Mercer County Close-Up. We'll see you again real soon.